I swear to God, my perfection is gonna get me in trouble here because I filmed like the very first one that I did, the very first voiceover that I didn't like the ending. I tried to catch it. I was like, no, we're gonna do that again. So for Insurgency Sandstorm, one of the things that I wanted to do is that when I was in the military, I was part of the chair force. I was an MP, which was called Security Forces, not Special Forces, but Security Forces. And I thought that it would be an interesting way to play the game would be to try and beat the game with just your kit. And as you can see here, I'm playing on a night vision map. And this was, I jumped right in. I was like, you know what? We're going to try to salvage this round. We're going to finish out with just 2 deaths. Switch to the true NVG colors because it's like, hey, what if you could beat it as Special Forces where you're taking a town in and, you've only got your kit on you and you can only use your kit and your kit alone. And, well, I got the poops knocked out of me. So, what I ended up doing is I said, you know what? We're going to play the Security Forces way. The security forces, when I was in the military, I had an M4A1, or maybe it was an A2, I don't remember. But I had the M4, I had a red dot aim point sight. I did actually have an IR laser. I had a foregrip. I didn't have the what's it called? The suppressor. I didn't have a suppressor, but I thought I'd throw it on for this round. And then I had the M9 Beretta. So I went with a heavy rig, heavy ammo, heavy armor, heavy rig, because if we did go outside the wire, which I never actually did, we were issued the very heavy armor with the side plates, front plates, the ball plates, as well as the neck the neck stuff. So I said, if I'm going to try this, let's try this way. Watch those guys blow up in a nasty little mess, so I kind of cowered in the corner here. I did play on both of these playthroughs, because I'm going to show you 2 different playthroughs. I played semi-aggressively. As you can see here, I'm moving along. Not many people are in front of me. I am taking a little bit more time with my rounds just because I know I have a very limited ammo. I did allow myself to pick up enemy magazines, and fun fact, I only picked up 1 enemy magazine. As you can see, like I said, I was playing slightly aggressively, so it's not like I'm just hanging back doing the can you beat with no shots fired, And we picked up the W, and it was fairly easy, and I was like, okay. I can do that. I only killed 7 people, got 1 assist, and I did earn the Azarel, or whatever award that was. Got 4,800 points out of it, so cool. Why don't we try something a little bit more difficult? So this time I went with the M870, I went with the flèche rounds, and then I also went with a loading magazine. And then what I also did was I adjusted my rig. Instead of the I still went with a heavy armor, and then instead of the heavy carrier, I went with a light carrier. So I think I only carried like 32 rounds, or 30 rounds, or 27 to 35 rounds. I'm not 100% sure, but I had very limited ammunition, and this was a shotgun. I got my first headshot there. I decided that this bus was not meant to have windows. I don't know. I find something that amuses me mid-game while we're doing really good, and I'm just like, you know what, forget it. I'll just bust out all these windows. And one of the other things, like I said, is that I allowed myself to kind of pick up things on the battlefield, because, you can technically do that. That's something you can do. I grabbed the Wi-Fi password for the hostel shop, or the little shop that we were hanging out in for a little bit. Ran outside, and I saw a couple guys glitching. I'll take the 3, 4, 5 kills. Or maybe, I think it was maybe 3 or 4. I didn't really count, and I realized I was going the wrong way, so I headed back. I didn't know that that's where they spawned in, and the suicide bomber almost got me at, I think maybe a couple steps closer, and I would have been mincemeat. But, I think that, yeah, you can beat it. It's not as difficult as one would think. The shotgun, it does make it a little bit more difficult just because the shotgun is the shotgun. And if you look in the bottom right hand corner, right next to Reptar's tail, you'll actually see that I end up here, because I did want to check my ammunition right beforehand. I ended up with just 5 flèche rounds. So one of the interesting things is you can't really pick up shotgun ammo, which I was actually pretty disappointed about, but I was like, I'll find it along the way. So the answer to your question, can you beat Insurgency Sandstorm with your kit and just your kit? The answer is yes. I might step it up and do it without an ammo carrier, but we'll see what ends up happening. I'm going to continue to play a little bit of Insurgency, as it's a little bit more fun from doing Fallout and continuing to beat that game with 12 to 13 hours, whereas I can do a lot of these videos a little bit quicker. I'm going to continue to work on the Fallout series and, the Can You Beats, but that might be, every couple of weeks or so. So I hope you guys continue to enjoy these videos. I'm going to continue to make them for you, and I will see you guys in the next episode. If you want to throw a comment down below to let me know what I should or shouldn't play as, it'd be greatly appreciated. I love your faces, everyone. Have a good one.